Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cafe Enchante. And, so, it's been a while now, but for me, it's brand new news. But you may already know, I'm so very excited. We have 3 all-new Enchante games being localized for 2021. Probably won't see them for a while, but it's like, yay! So exciting! Anyway, so, this is like the best day ever. Also been told by work that they are not anticipating us going back into the office until at least May of next year. Which is kind of fucking weird because that will have been an entire year that I've been working from home. So it's just me. I'm like, yay, work from home. Finally can maybe lose the 20 pounds I gained while freaking working from home so I could fit into my work clothes when we go back. Awesome. Now I got time. But then it's like, holy shit, but it's been like a whole freaking year. I mean, at this point, I don't know. It might be January when this goes. I don't know if it's December still. Is it January? I'm not sure what part I'm on. And like, I know this started mid-December, but I'm not even sure where I am or what. So I'm just trying to record as much as I possibly can. But like, holy shit, it's December right now as I'm recording this. Actually, it's freaking December 1st, so that's just how far in advance I am, but holy shit, I like sat there and I thought about that too. I'm like, holy crap, this year is just we all complained about 2020 because 2020 sucks balls, but like, fuck, it's over. I mean, holy shit. I think it's just because I'm fucking old, and when you get fucking old, then all of a sudden you're like, what the hell happened to the last 20 fucking years? What do you mean? What? No, and you start gauging things. People like, oh my god, I graduated high school like 6 years ago. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, I can't even count that high. Like, you start rating things as like, I've had this for 25 years. I mean, it's just really sad. But then you forget, and you're like, it's been like 15 years. And then your mother looks at you, and you're like, it's more like 20. And you're like, oh, I can't do math. Because, you're like, the 90s were like 15 years ago. They were like 30 years ago. What? What? It doesn't seem... The 80s were like 40 years ago. What? It doesn't seem right. That's not right? Like, it's... Look, I'm old, okay? Anyway. So, it's just when you start doing that, you're like, holy shit. Like, it's easy when you're like, your grandparents, like, oh, born like 100 years ago. You're like, okay, your grandparents. But when it's you, and you're like, what? It doesn't, somehow the logic doesn't work there, because you just don't want to admit that you're fucking old. But anyway, it gets worse. Don't worry. Just gets worse. And well, until you get senile and you forget, and then I guess it's better then. But yeah. Anyway, let's commence. And yay! New games coming out soon. Maybe by the time this is done, one of them will be out. I doubt we'll see it before the summer anyway. But you never know. Maybe if they're smart, they'll release one of, instead of being like October, November, December, it'll be like, why don't you should have spaced them out and been like, we're not going to announce it, but maybe you've already been localizing, so you have one coming out in the beginning of the year, one in the middle, and one toward the end. Space them out a little bit, that's all I'm saying, but whatever. We have so many other fucking games to play, it's not even funny. It's actually okay if they don't come out till the end of the year. Anyway, the backlog will just keep getting backloggier. The day after the one with so many orders, it's the day off for Enchante. I feel like every day is the day off for Enchante, but Corodo was rolling across the bed while I tried to decide what to do on this peaceful day. Of all days, it doesn't seem like I need to do any shopping. What should I do? Play with Corodo, practice pouring coffee, tend to the garden. I'm going to assume That might push him more toward Miser's route, because I would assume he'd be down there coffee. This pushes you more toward Candace's route, because, you know, he likes to garden. Plus, also, we're in his route log, and that's what the guide said, so that makes sense. And then play with Corodo. But then, I'm assuming maybe because you technically... Well, you have 5, right? So, maybe some of them push you... You know what I mean? Maybe this is... Whoopsie! Some lead toward multiple. You know? It's nice out today. Thinking that it was perfect weather to tend to the plants, I went out to the garden. Oh! As I went to get the hose ready, someone already had it in their hand. Of course. Spacey. Yes, it's me. I come out here pretty regularly. I don't know why he's so surprised. Because he's got the flirty neck going on. It's nice because it's like... You can tell it, even though it says red, it's really more of like a pinky color. But you can tell it different. It's different from the red, not just from the tone of the color, this being more magenta-y, but like the little, like, I guess the flames coming off of it look more like petals, like flower petals, like romantic-y petals. Whereas like the angry one is like spikier. I love how they do that too. It's not just like, let's change the color. You change the shape to go with the mood. I appreciate that. The master of this garden, that's Canis. Surprised by my presence for some reason, he accidentally points the hose at his face, losing his composure, and as a result... A stream of water blasted right into where his face should be. That's actually kind of funny. Canis, are you okay? I hurried to the faucet to shut off the water. I thought it best to hurry back to the cafe to get him some towels. Apologies, Spacey. I am not usually so careless. No, it's okay. I'm sorry for surprising you. Canis takes the towel I brought and wipes around his neck. Of course he doesn't have a physical face, so at least that part was dry. And so, after the commotion began to settle, I finally realized something. Oh, you're already done tending to the garden, aren't you? I thought I'd try to help Canis today, now that I had the chance. But it looked like he had already completed that work. I stare at the flowers, so pretty, and think of another way to pass the time. Spacey! Canis suddenly grips my shoulders. If you do not mind, well... She's getting flirty again, I love it. Would you care to go on to accompany me for the day? Huh? Well, sure. I don't really have any plans. Would you go on to accompany me? Oh, that's definitely his embarrassed color, but it's also like the flirty, like, oh god, I'm so embarrassed. Like, his cheeks he can't blush, but his neck can. That's so funny. And so, upon Candace's invitation, we went into town. We come shopping out here often, so it wasn't unfamiliar to us. And yet... I couldn't help but watch Canis walking in front of me. He looked so awkward. He was stiff, walking like some kind of guard. I think he's nervous about something. Yeah, because this is like a date, but not really, because you don't know which one. Canis? Is something the matter? Is everything okay with Karia? No, that's not it. And today I've requested your company for personal matters. Personal matters? What do you mean? That's... Well... Yes? It's... I like how she doesn't let it go. He's like, well, that... and she's like, not like, okay, you tell me when you're ready. She's like, yes? It's what now? Come on. You know he's feeling awkward. Right. The flower beds in the garden. I was considering planting new seedlings. I just wanted to get your opinion on what flowers to choose. Oh my god, and now he's like happy flowers coming out. That's so amazing. Oh, I see. Well, I'm glad to help you if you'll have me. Nodding happily, Canis sighed in relief. Taking his lead, we arrived at... the aquarium? I'm just kidding. A flower shop, greeting its customers with a vivid assortment of flowers. Oh, wow, it's so pretty. Do you always buy your flower seeds and seedlings from this shop? Indeed, I discuss gardening very often with the lord of this shop. Peering into the store, Canis finds the one who is most obviously the owner, as they were taking care of a group of customers. However, they seem busy. We can just look at the flowers for now. Okay, got it. And this is the flower shop in Kitty Love, where, like, the girl works, but then turns into a cat. I'm just tying all of our Otome games together. Well, because now, if you haven't watched that, you're like, oh, what is this one? Yes, go watch that. The translation wasn't great, but it was a cute story. It was very light. A little awkward, because, again, the translation wasn't the best. But it's not the worst that we've seen, okay? We have played far worse. And unfortunately, I'm kind of putting Colorex Miles Unlimited up there in the, like, what the fuck is happening with the translation sometimes. I expected a better job of that. Like, that was bad sometimes. For what it should have been, like, it should have been way better than that. Anyway. As soon as I began to peruse the flowers... Wow, I can't read today. I can never read. As soon as I began to peruse the flowers, I was engrossed with how many there were. What my eyes stopped on in particular was... Oh, wow! These small white flowers! They look like snowflakes! So cute! Those flowers are called... Iberises? Iberises? It seems that they're also called Candy Tuft. Candy? That makes it sound so sweet! Lord Soon seemed to believe the name came because it resembles candy. In particular, the name came from its resemblance to sugar candies, if I recall. Oh, wow! They didn't look so grand like roses do, but because of their sweet name and their look, I couldn't help but be charmed by them. Probably easier to take care of than roses. Roses are kind of a pain in the ass. I had a rose plant. I've had several rose plants. Like, oh, look, there's one rose, and then it dies, and then it's just a stick. It's just a stick. Look, I should not ever be allowed to have plants. Okay, sorry, all my dead plants. I have one plant that's physically impossible to kill. That's why it might be plastic. I can't even keep air plants alive, okay? My mom got me a fake one so that my tiny little pineapple planter that I bought that came with a little air plant in it. And the little air plant looks like the top, the green part of a pineapple. You know, it's really cute. And the thing's dead, and so it's just an empty pineapple, so she got me a fake one to put in it. It's still alive, but that's because it's plastic. It's just... I don't know how the birds are alive. It's because there's just food everywhere. Speaking of, they're being quiet. Spacey, do you like those flowers? Yeah, it would look so beautiful to see a bunch of them blossoming together. I see. And then please allow me to purchase them. Huh? You're gonna buy them? Just like that? I just liked how they looked. You should be the one who makes the final decision. Yes, and that is what I have just done. I think these flowers are beautiful as well. And? The flower shares its name with candy. Is it not fitting for a place like Enchante that happens to represent sweetness itself? I guess so, yeah. I giggled at this quirky side of Canis. Hey, Canis, if it's alright with you, can I help you grow these flowers? But of course. You chose these flowers after all. After that, once we got settled back at the shop, Canis and I took the Iberis seedlings we had just purchased and quickly planted them in the rear garden. I hope they blossom beautifully. I hope they blossom beautifully into big, bountiful bouquets. After the sun had gone down completely, phew! Hugging Corodo after he gave me a welcome back squeal, I sat on my bed. Okay, this game is starting to drive me bonkers with the fucking just name issues. Like, the rest of it seems to be fine. The translation's not that bad. It's the, holy fucking shit, get your names right! Don't let Tim translate. Tim is a terrible typist and translator. Stop it. I was surprised to go out on a whim like that, but it was really fun. It might be nice to go out like this from time to time and forget about work. What you doing? Oh, you playing toys? That's why you're hanging on the side of your keys like a weirdo? Okay. Cute! But the frequency of these outings... After that day, whenever I had time, each of the regulars, other than Il, invited me to go out with them every day. So that being the case, it feels like more than just a coincidence. So see, I wonder if, like, depending on, like, whose route you're, like, kind of leaning toward or you're pushing toward, because we went down Canis, right? And then everybody else invites you. So you really don't get to go on dates with all of them. It's everybody else has been asking me out. So maybe if you're playing with Corodo, she said everyone but Il. So, you know, maybe there's another choice somewhere or something. So you're going down that, you know what I mean? So you get to go on the dates with them. Karia, have you heard anything from them? Of course not. Drinking some iced coffee, Karia replies to my question curtly. Karia replies to my question curtly. Wow. Right after heading out for groceries, I run into Karia on his way home from school. I invited him in to ask about the situation, but got no closer to an answer. Pew! Ugh, hey, stop! You're gonna spill it! You can't drink coffee! Corodo seemed to have taken a liking to Karia and was even sitting in his lap. I was actually like, okay, I know he's not one of our boys. And like, but like a little CG of others with him with fucking Corodo in his lap would have been fucking adorable. About the incident of Corodo's family. After returning from Bestia, I told Karia what had happened, leaving out some of the details, of course. I see. So you never found Corodo's family? Technically. But, you know, not in one piece. I'm sorry. The only reason you were in danger was because I was pushing you to go. No, it's okay. It just would have been irresponsible to keep Corodo here without even trying. Corodo is so much easier. I wish we could just keep calling him that, but... Corodo looks up in worry at Karia while he was closing his eyes. Hey, let me see Corodo for a second. Corodo. How is it just... I can't... The too much alliteration, it's the Corodo. Corodo. It's hard, man. They're just gonna... I hand over Corodo's small body to Karia. I feel like he should say Corodo in this, but I just feel like every single sentence has Corodo in it, just to fuck with me. This game is like, screw you! It's like, ha ha ha, people who play Otome games are a little pathetic and they're shut-ins. Making fun of Il, and you're like, wait, are you making fun of your player base? That's odd. And then it's like, ha ha ha, look at Rindo, he's fucking old! Ugh! Are you making fun of me for being old? I'm almost little, like, ugh. And then this Corodo. I feel like the game is fucking playing me. Like, I just don't even understand. Like, hey, you like being around me because it's cold around me, huh? I hear Bestia is pretty cold. Does being around me feel familiar to you? Cute. Corodo tilts his head, but Karia just took it as a yes. Alright, then I'll become your foster parent till we find your real ones. Cute. Karia. Spacey, would you be okay with leaving Corodo with me whenever you're busy? I'm still in middle school, and honestly, there's not much I can do around here. That's even worrying me a bit. But I finally found something I can do. Are you sure? Yeah, I understand how this little guy feels. At least a little bit. Even though he has a place here, and everyone's really nice, sometimes you just can't help but feel lonely. You just feel like you want to go back to where you really came from. I see. So I'm making a promise. Corodo won't feel lonely around me. I don't want him to be. Just how it makes me more at ease, feeling energy in my homeworld here at Enchante. I think it'd make me happy if I can make this a space where Corodo can find rest. He's such a good boy. Our adopted son. I mean, that's what makes Rindo a hot dad. Because he's basically this kid's dad now. I mean, he's not. He's got his own family, but he's our cafe kid. He's a clever kid, so I'm sure he figures the real details behind what happened. So whenever I need to prioritize work or go out, Karia would look after Corodo. Karia and Corodo. I hope they're both able to make each other feel a little more at ease. Two of our things that we've adopted. Oh, and dumbass. What the fuck is his name? What the hell is his name? I cannot remember, but anyway. We keep adopting strays. Thanks for the coffee. You're about to go shopping, right? Corodo and I'll see you around. See you out. Pew! He blushes. It's so cute. Thanks. All right, I'll get going now. I love our fucking Uniseal. After Karya finishes coffee, we go down the stairs that lead to the cafe. Oh yeah, so going back to the conversation, you were getting asked out on dates, yeah? What? Dates? Yeah, those were dates. A guy, a girl, alone, together, a date. Wait. Wait. No way. None of them meant it like... As I was denying it, trying to laugh it off. After hearing from everyone's reports and conducting further observations on her, the dating plan was a success. Let us continue to cheer up Spacey and to get her closer to her normal self. We're both like, this bitch. You shady motherfucker. Well, I'm sure that's enough evidence, but you want to take a look? Yeah. I mentioned I was going out, so I don't think they knew I came back up here. If we tried hiding, they'd be able to hear our footsteps. All we could do was stay where we stood. The five were in a circle around a big table. Il was leading in the discussion. And now then, let us move on to the next phase. This time, presents can be given to her to... Wait a minute. Sure, we can advance, but someone... Il, you haven't invited Spacey out on a date yet, have you? After talking all high and mighty down on us like that, you're not able to be the only dude here who won't do it, right? You're not about to be the only dude who won't do it, right? That's what he said, sorry. Il blinks in confusion. Why is there no need for me to go on a date? He's like, I don't like leaving my room. I'd prefer to just stay in and play Atome games, thank you very much. Il and I get each other. It is far more difficult to understand why you are the one sitting there utterly perplexed at the question. Well, all we can say is, that's just Il. So, okay, Il? We acknowledge your, rich and valuable experience in romance. So for reference, we were hoping you'd show us what the ideal date looks like. And I hope the fuck she comes down like, the actual fuck! Like, because yes, in part it's kind of cute, like, oh, that's cute, they want to cheer me up and make me feel better, but they're all like, okay, let's all turn a romancer. The fuck is happening? Spacey's man harem is happening, and like, I didn't realize that it would be like, the hell? I think I would have been better about it. Huh. Well, this game is just trying to bitch slap me in the face left and right, I guess. Now that you mention it, it is unfair for me not to participate. Wait, does this mean next time I'm free, Il's gonna be the one to ask me out? The one who put an end to my guesses was, oddly enough, Miser. Well, it's alright if you don't, yes? In terms of cheering her up, we've done a lot of things for her to achieve that. And, you know, Il can just be the producer this time around. He doesn't have to force himself to go out. Everyone other than Il seems surprised at Miser's comment. That's not like you, is it, Miser? I thought you'd have been the one to push for what we're getting at here. Well... Miser's smile seems to stiffen slightly at Rindo calling him out. As if understanding why, the flame around Canis's neck began to change color. Miser, are you still opposed to Il going outside? Yeah, you never know what he'll do if you let him out. Also, it'll be the first time she'd be out with him alone. But do we really need to be that protective of the guy? I mean, he's way older than me, you know? Yes, but he's also a shut-in that doesn't know how to deal with the outside world. I understand what you're all saying. I'm still worried, though. Ignis and Rindo believe I should go out. Oh, should go out on this date. Well, Miser opposes. Okay, the weird commas sometimes. Canis, what is your opinion? Let me think. I have no reason to be against it. In fact, I feel you should. The moment he heard Canis's opinion, Il, who was up until then unsure of how to proceed, gave an answer. 3-1 in favor of me going. Therefore, I shall favor that decision. As such, I shall invite her on a date. Miser had a worried look on his face at Ill's declaration. So, you're taking me out to cheer me up, but I'm basically going to babysit you. Alright, I see it. This is why we were hearing this. We're like, alright, so I gotta babysit him. Yeah, Ill isn't used to going outside, and I hear he gets lost a lot. I feel like it's pretty reasonable to be worried about him. I'm worried for myself. Alright then, I should at least follow you in secret to see how you're doing. No, come on! Stop being so overprotective! I feel he might be over-exaggerating. But from the way Ignis is talking, it's like Miser's being overprotective of Ill, and not necessarily of me. Miser, normally I'd be against letting non-humans of unreasonable strength outside. But we can't know Ill will get in trouble. He knows so little of the outside world. Could you think of it like that? Well, you have a point. And then I feel like we should make use of an opportunity like this and give him some experience being out in society. Son isn't here anymore, you know. He's not here to clean up after him, and he needs to learn some independence, right? Ill, we ask again, not your verdict from our vote, but for your own personal opinion. My own opinion? Indeed. What you would want to do for Spacey, who is feeling down. And none of us have heard a word of that yet. My own opinion. Ill often just follows the suggestions that Miser makes for him. But this time was different. After a long silent pause, he timidly addresses Miser. I know it's supposed to... Yeah. My brain, I keep seeing, I'm like, I know it's like supposed to be probably Monsieur, but I can't... And I keep trying to say that in my head as I'm going, to just see if I could get used to it, because like Miser just sounds really weird. But Monsieur, I can't quite say that either. Like, either way doesn't... It feels weird. So look, I know that there's somebody flipping out every time I say it that way. That's not how you say it, but I can't, like... I don't know. It's weird both ways, but anyway. Miser, I've decided to go out on a date, based on the vote. However, I also wish to make Spacey smile. I'm unsure how to phrase this, but currently, she does not have her normal, gentle aura. Elle continues to deliberate. So if there's something I can do for her, even if I might not be used to that, I'd like to challenge myself to do so. Ew. I guess everyone's invitations really were meant for me. I must have made everyone feel concerned about me for being so disheartened. Everyone made time for me in earnest to help me feel better. She's taking this better than I did initially. Like, you see everyone hanging out. We should all ask her out on dates and, like, romance her. The hell? But it's really just, we just want to make her feel better. Oh, that's nice of them. But, like, don't call them dates and, like, romancing me. That's weird. I mean, yes. But, like, no. You know? Yes, I want you to take me on a date and romance me. But, like, in the scheme of what's happening in this moment, just be like, we're taking her out so that she can have some fun and cheer up. Yes, that. So. I really feel happy for their concern. Miser's eyes laid wide open for a moment at what Il said, and then, whether by coincidence or otherwise, he looks toward where we were hiding and sighs with a nod of his head. All right. I got it. I give up. You're right, I shouldn't be so worried. Go ahead and enjoy your date wherever you'd like to, Il. And just don't forget to care for her. Yes, but of course. I think Miser knows that we're here. We're like, oh shit. I know I'm just going to repeat what Miser said, but you should just try and enjoy the next date. Il's looking uncharacteristically serious, trying to think of what to do. Right. Here we go. Enchante. In Il's perspective, I'm guessing. And so, even after making my decision in front of Miser and the others earlier at noon, and this is quite troubling. Considering I had not foreseen myself as a participant, I can't quite seem to decide on an actual date spot, can I? Even after having seen all the sorts of opinions and scenes as an Otome protagonist, I never knew I would be the one going out on a date. But this is no time to lose myself. I must find a spot that Spacey will enjoy by her next day off. However, the others have already taken her to all the spots nearby I can think of. I search on my phone for other candidate locations, but the amusement park, it's a bit far, and there'd be no point in going if I tire her out simply from traveling. To not forget to care for her, considering Miser's caution, this option, it must be denied. That aquarium we had gone to a few days ago had a nice ambiance to it, but it's still under construction as scheduled. After careful consideration, I've got it. If this is the case, I shall ask Spacey directly where she would like to go. She surely would not be disappointed. A fine plan if I do say so myself. Of course, however, I must try to conduct my research discreetly as to not let her know that it's for a date. Oh my god, open those Amazon packages! It's driving me crazy. I'm just kidding. And so, Spacey, absolutely, completely, just a conversation that is no particular meeting at all. Is there any place you've been wanting to go? Does anywhere interest you lately? Like, hey, so, just curious, any place you'd be interested in hanging out? Like, I love that. Absolutely, completely, just a conversation with no meaning at all. Any place you want to go? It's not a red flag. That's what Il asked me after he walked down from the second floor as I was cleaning up the dishes. His question was painfully obvious. I should just pretend I don't know anything and answer him. Right. A place I've been wanting to go. Although, being as that now, no place in particular comes to mind. And especially recently, I've been taken all sorts of places by everyone else. Just then, my message tone went off. Sorry, Il, but wait just a moment. After I turned him away for a moment, I checked my phone. And on it, I saw the banner and the message it contained. This is it! Il, so about where I want to go that you asked me just now. Did you come up with something? Yeah. That raffle you asked me to participate in? Entry tickets to the Otome game event. I won! Let's go here! It's so perfect for a date with Il. Huh? Although I ended up being the one inviting him out, it all ended up just fine. He's like, what? On my next free day, we were seen off by a seemingly worried group of Miser and the others. In the early morning, Il and I left Enchante. This is why we get to see this one, though. Like, so... I wonder who you don't... I'm assuming that when you choose those three options, right? The garden, play with Corodo, or... What the hell was the other one? Practice making coffee. Those would be the ones where you'd get to see some of the other, like... Maybe the other sort of date scenes, you know, right? But... I'm guessing you always see Il's because this is his chapter. But, like... Which one are... You're missing someone. So, like... You're either gonna miss... Like, I would assume when you're practicing making coffee, that's like the Miser, maybe Miser, because he's the one that's super into coffee, right? It's not necessarily, but... And then, like, playing with Corodo, maybe that's Ignis, but then, like, where's Rindo? Like, you know what I mean? You're missing someone. So, like, I mean, maybe one of those, then you split choice, but after that, but I don't know. Yeah, well, anyway. I do, of course, understand why Miser is so anxious, considering my behavior in the past. But it does feel as if my intelligence itself is being questioned and worried about so very much. He was fussing over us a bunch when we left, wasn't he? Making sure everything was in his wallet, and that he knew who to contact in an emergency. He was like a parent or an older brother who couldn't help but be worried over Il. Felt a bit strange, considering angels and demons are always portrayed as being mortal enemies. We made a lot of transfers on the train. I was even worried at one point that Il would be swept away by the crowds. We didn't have any major issues, though, and we got to our destination safely. Bird, what you doing? Oh my god! I'm so excited to be here! Oh! Where's all the game? I think that's, I think you can see, I'm looking at the banner on the top of the stage over there. And, like, one of those screeny ones. The fourth one in, does that look like one of the, Looks like Lupin and Cardia. I can't recognize some of the other ones. I feel like I should recognize that last one. I don't know. They're like so blurry, but you know they're actually real ones. And you're like, but what are they from? Do we know this? Actually, is that second one? Maybe not. Okay, now see, now I'm trying too hard to figure them out. But anyway, so because you're kind of like, well, what game is that? I want that. All of these. If you put a picture in this fucking game of you need to localize them. I'm sorry, that's just a rule. That should be a rule. Also, the same with Color X Malice Unlimited when we were like in fucking the city and there was like all these billboards and they had Otome games. Clock Zero, I think, was one of them, and you haven't localized that one, and I think you should because it was in the thing. The other ones already were because Amnesia was in there. And Code Realize was in that one too. But like, I think there was another one that was in there. So those ones all need to be localized. If they've been in the game, if they've been in the background in a game like this that you have localized, you have to localize the rest of them. It's a rule. It's a rule. I'm sorry. That's just the way it works. You have to localize every single one of these games now. Yes. Anyway. Close to the shore of the city was this rather large space reserved for holding outdoor events. Lined through the space today were brightly colored signs and stands. I want to so fucking go. Like, I want to go. And along with them, several lovely posters and panels of charming characters. The moment he stepped foot in this world, Il cries for joy as he begins to blush. That would literally be me. Wow, there are more people here than I imagined. It was my first time at one of Il's events, so this was all a new sight to me. A Otome game event! Fan events held for those who love Otome games! With illustration displays, sales of exclusive goods, and even stage events. It could be a truly dreamlike festival for fans. I know, you just got me excited. Stage events. Our favorite voice actors there. What? Reading lines? What? Actually, it seemed like Il hadn't gone to many of these himself either. The reason was, he's not allowed out of the house and nobody would go with him. The people passing us by, apart from staff, were basically all girls. Grandpa, it would have been hard for him to come here. Could you imagine, like, I'm sorry, this would have been one that would have been fun to bring all of our boyfriendos with. You fucking see Rindo here like, the fuck am I doing here? And the rest of them could dress normal. They'd be like, oh my god, are you a character in a game? That's so cute, you know. Likely reacting from the sight of everything, Il's excitement seemed to continue to grow. Look, Spacey! Oh, over there! A new custom-drawn panel for my absolute favorite title. May I go and take a picture? Sure, go ahead. I'll be here, so take your time. As soon as I give the okay, he rushes over to the panel quickly with his phone in hand. I assumed he'd just grab a quick pic, but he was taking several from all angles, like a true Otome fangirl would do. As if he were a professional photographer, Il takes photos from every direction. He really does get excited about Otome games, doesn't he? As I smiled, thinking to myself, Suddenly stopping his rapid photography, Il came back to me. I'm so sorry, Spacey. I didn't mean to leave you alone. I was just so excited. Huh? No, it's fine. This event means so much to you. You like collecting the merch, right, Il? Want to check what they're selling? No, we can do that another time. Can you wait just a moment? Okay. Of course, yeah. Il turns away and takes out his phone. What to do? I finished all sorts of Otome games in the past, but I've not a single recollection of playing through a date situation like this. At this rate, I'm just making her join with me for my hobbies. No one would normally modify these plans, right? There's no use regretting things now. For now, we must find something she might like within this venue. He's talking to himself quite a bit. It's sorry to keep you waiting, Spacey. Let's go look through the collaboration accessories. Accessories? What sort of accessories might there be with these Otome games? While I was thinking about it, we came to a space for a particular store in one corner of the venue. After seeing the beautiful necklaces there wavering on display, oh my god, so it's like, yeah, okay. I had my answer. Wow, they're so pretty. These are really goods from a game? Yes, these days titles often collaborate with known brands on new merchandise. Collab, short for collaboration. This word can refer to co-production, joint ventures, and other jointly undertaken work. In recent years, more and more companies have collabs with games and anime to promote themselves. This can take countless forms, from accessories to wallets and more. All the fun shit in your house. It makes it possible for the fans to connect with feelings experienced toward these games. A marvelous business venture, I must say. And they're really fashionable. These colors would go well with anything. I'm beginning to see how games and anime contribute so much to the global economy and make all of us so happy. There are more than just necklaces, but rings and earrings, even fragrances. Gazing at each and every one of them, Il and I enjoyed our time browsing the items. Oh, they made the mascot character into a ring for this one. It's a bold design, but it's cute. It was getting more fun the more I looked. I could feel the love toward the items, and everything was so nicely detailed. Spacey, if anything here interests you, I could... Excuse me! Do you have a moment? Can you speak Japanese? No, as you could tell, because we're speaking in English. I'm just kidding. We turned around to see two girls shyly calling out to Il. The gazes they pointed at Il felt somewhat intense. Yeah, because he's a boy here. Me? Yes. I understand the very minimum necessary for conversation. It's so funny because it's like, I'm pretty sure normally they're conversing in Japanese, so he absolutely understands enough. More than just the minimum necessary. And yet, excited they're able to communicate with him, the girls let out a high-pitched squeal. Your cosplay is such a good quality. What game is that from? And your face is so pretty. Are you a pro layer? What's a pro layer? Anyway, who's going up on the stage today? I know the term cosplay, but what's a layer? I believe it refers to people who enjoy dressing up as characters. That would be cosplay. Oh, like, are they saying like a layer, like instead of like player? Oh, yeah. I did see several people in the venue like that. Wait. I shouldn't be asking to be taught new things right now. Oh. As I got back to my senses, it was too late. All of a sudden, several girls gathered and fully surrounded us. Oh no. Caught up in the day, I'd totally forgotten. Slightly differently from Canis, Il's looks are capable of getting people's attention. The usual magic that makes people avoid us must be weaker here, so far from Enchante. Now he was surrounded on all sides by girls gathered around him in excitement. I'd be one of those crazy bitches now. Oh, maybe not freaking out, but you'd be like, ha, cool, take pictures. Sorry, he actually isn't cosplaying and is just this pretty. If it's okay, can I take a picture? Me too! With me in it too, if that's okay! I tried to explain things to them, but their voices were so loud that they couldn't hear. And at the center of the misunderstandings... This is the first time I've been in this situation now, isn't it? Miser and the rest of them are here. If so... Spacey, do you have a moment? How should I deal with this? With that first request, the girls close in on Il like sharks for blood. Completely ignoring my existence, I was pushed by the rushing girls. And as I lost my balance, about to fall to the ground... Oh my god, do we get a CG? Oh, damn it. Nope. For what I saw through the crowd, I saw for certain the moment his relaxed, calm face was painted in shock. Spacey! Are you okay? Are you hurt? Thanks. I'm okay. Thanks for helping me up. I see. Il sighs in deep relief. He must have slipped through that ring of girls and saved me in that single moment. After he helps me back on my feet, he turns to the girls around him. After a long silence, with a serious face, he first bows elegantly, and next he speaks so everyone around him could hear. My appearance isn't for cosplay. It is how I normally look. A little time had passed when I left home. I hadn't any time to prepare clothes that would fit in with this country. And as a result, I've caused those of you around me confusion and trouble. I sincerely apologize. So please, I wish that no one would cause a fuss that would cause trouble for this person here. It's even funnier because you're like, oh my god, it's one thing to be like, oh my god, your costume looks great, even though you don't know the character, because you're like appreciating the fact that most people when they cosplay take a lot of time and put a lot of fucking effort into their cosplay, right? But if you don't know the character, why would you be like, oh my god, take a picture of me and this character that I don't even know from a game that I've never even heard of? Like, that's weird. It's really just, oh my god, it's a pretty boy at a Tomei convention, but perhaps influenced by his dietic aura and gentle negotiation. The commotion amongst the girls had quickly and completely vanished. Oh, really? I'm sorry, we had the wrong impression. The girls that called out to him first bowed their heads toward Il. Oh no, it's okay so long as you understand. And let us enjoy this wonderful event together. Okay! Great, we got a third and fourth wheel on our date. I'm just kidding. Let's go, Spacey. I'm sure everyone who was just here at the very least won't do the same thing. Right. Though I felt plenty of stares on our backs, Il and I were able to run into the crowds. It's 2019 on that thing, so did this game only come out in like 2019? Or is that like for 2019? This is like the stuff, so it was like a 2018 and then you go. So like right now if you went it'd be 2021, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, it's not like super old anyway. Wavering our way through, we managed to make it to the food court. On the way, even the area here was filled with layers. Il was able to get by without getting a terrible amount of attention. Finally able to relax, we stopped to rest and have our lunch. The drink was a pretty strange color, and bracing myself for a crazy taste, it was actually really good. As I was guessing if the taste and color were from some sort of syrup. Spacey, have you felt anything strange with your body after earlier? Are you pushing yourself? Il keeps asking me how I'm doing. He must have been surprised to see my fall earlier. No, I'm alright. I didn't twist my ankle or anything. Actually, it was pretty amazing how you dealt with things right after that. How were you able to deal with that? If it were the usual Il, he'd have been swept off by the momentum, and he would probably still be over there having a photo shoot. Oh, well, I was able to improvise on the spot. I imagined I wouldn't be questioned much if I were thought of as someone from another country. Oh, I see. Well, if something like that happens again, we can just say that next time. Yes, that's true. All right, once we're done with our drinks, next we should... I'll take a look and see what we can do. Could you wait a moment? It's something other than shopping. Sale of goods! As it says, this means selling products. I like how we have to tell... We have to have a glossary term for shopping. I'm pretty sure most people know what shopping means. In the anime and game industry, this mainly refers to limited goods directly sold at event venues. Depending on the goods, the lines can be insanely long. Be sure to secure plenty of hydration before lining up. Okay, I guess the advice for Otomecons, but okay, it's still weird. Like, shopping implies purchasing goods. No fucking way. He finally stopped hiding the fact that he was conducting research. I chose this event thinking it might make him happy, but I'm actually making him fuss over me. Il... You've been prioritizing me for a bit. Don't push yourself. We can do whatever you want to do, okay? No, I'm not pushing myself. As he spoke, his eyes went to a shop selling some goods. I'm happy you're so considerate, but not every day you enter a raffle, right? You're going to regret it if you can't enjoy this to the fullest. And the value of the opportunity of winning a raffle. It is exactly as you say. However, my main objective is to present you with a wonderful time, so... And you have. Yeah, it's my first time coming to an event like this, but it's so lively. It's just fun seeing everything. And I can study the drinks here, too. Really? Of course. I wouldn't lie about something like this. Also, I mean, sometimes if the person you're with, okay, you care about, not even in a dating sense, but like, okay, we want Il to be happy, we care about him, he's our friend. We know he loves this event. We're going to have fun because he's having fun. Like, oh my god, this is kind of fun to go to. And I'm down for going with you. But I like the fact that going here is you're so happy and excited about it and you're getting to do the things that you want to do and that's part of the fun. You're like, oh, fuck, I have to go to this stupid thing. You know what I mean? Her attitude wasn't like, she's like, cool, we can go together, it'll be fun. And she's like, oh, I'm having fun, it's new. And she's that type of person that him going off and doing the things, it's like, don't worry about me. I know you're trying to make me happy, but what's making me happy is seeing you have so much fun at this event and get to do the things that you want to do at this event. You know what I mean? So, and it was embarrassing, but I need to be honest. Before, when we were going to the aquarium, I felt that just seeing the face you made when you were so giddy and happy helped me relax. So you enjoying something, sort of, makes me feel better. Exactly. My face? Yeah. Are you sure about that? I have no powers that can heal with just the expression on my face. Our conversation wasn't connecting. That's not what I mean, but, I'm talking about our feelings. When the characters in your Otome game smile, it makes you happy, right? It's like that. You're right. When you mention it like that, I do feel I've experienced it myself. So then, I understand, Spacey. If it will make you feel better, I shall enjoy this event to the fullest as well. Immediately, Il grins as if that gentle face really did have some sort of healing power. And just like when we went to the aquarium, his eyes suddenly sparkled and then let's go! We can light up at the store with the limited random goods! Our mission is to get all of the goods. Just make sure we stop when it'll be too much to carry, okay? He's like, good! And you're like, this is not what I meant! After that, with such a lively expression on his face, Il took me around to all sorts of shops and art exhibition corners around the venue. There were even some cute mascot goods that I bought to decorate my room with. In the end, Il and I went all in and enjoyed everything the event had to offer. Wonderful! Spacey, you really have a knack for picking the right things. Il smiles from ear to ear. He practically sings his praise to me as he carries tons of bags in both his arms. I was ready to not get everything, thinking the total amount of badges we could buy at once, even thinking to resell them later. But to think you would get all the characters in a single purchase. I'm surprised too, though I think it's more luck than skill. I'd like that fortune to come into use when winning prizes or the raffles in town. As I was thinking, we come to a bench at the edge of the venue and put down our things for a minute. Yeah, like blind bags. They're like, I got this blind bag! Me, every time I've done this. Like, okay, I'll get like 5 of them. 1, okay, cool, I like this character. And the other 4 are the same. What the fuck? How does that even happen? My luck is so shit, I always get duplicates. And it's never the characters I want. It'll be like, the one yet you don't. You're like, okay, there's like these 2 characters I don't want and these 8 that I'm totally okay with. And you get like 5 of the 2 characters that you don't want. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? What the hell? What the fucking hell? I swear to God, every fucking time I always get duplicates of like the things that I don't want. Oh my God. It's just driving me bonkers right now thinking about it. Il, what do you want to do next? Do you have other shopping you want to do? No, I've bought everything I had my eyes on. All that's left is to watch the stage event that's set to go on in an hour. So let us rest here for a bit. Okay, I wonder if they're going to do it in that big open space there. It's close to where we are right now. It's maybe a 3-minute walk. It seemed like the tickets I won also gave us admission to watch the show, so there wasn't any point in lining up now. Spacey, this place may be small, but we walked around for a while. Perhaps you're thirsty. If there's something you'd like, please allow me to get it. Huh? Are you sure? Okay then, yes please. Anything cold is fine. I'll leave the flavor to you, Il, and I'll keep an eye on our stuff. Cold, and my choice. I see, understood. And then please wait just a moment. After acknowledging me, Il walks off toward a shop selling drinks. I sit down on the bench, watching him. He'll be fine, right? Even Il should be able to buy some drinks on his own. Oh dear. The crowd seemed to split in 2. Girls whispered among themselves. Watching him walk between the crowds was like watching Moses part the Red Sea. Moses, a saintly figure who appears in the Old Testament. He is particularly known for parting the sea with a miracle. Funny. I guess I get why Miser worries so much about Il. Still, he was able to handle the fuss from this morning all on his own. Yeah, I trust him. He told me he'd be able to buy them. As I was nodding to myself... Oh. Stop right there, please! This event is for people with tickets only, so you can't enter without... Shut the hell up! We paid, what's the deal? Oh hell yeah, this place is buzzing with chicks! Of course. They're all super cute too. Can't really knock otakus anymore, huh? You shut up! Something's going on. I looked down the road to see a few young men ignoring the staff trying to stop them and walking this way. They don't really look like they belong here. Actually, they look sort of excited. Yeah, leave the otakus alone. As I was thinking, a voice called to me from beside me. You're the girls from earlier. Yes, sorry for causing your friend trouble earlier. Oh no, it's totally fine. Is there something you need? Il is... he just went to get something, so... No, that's not it. You should get away before those guys walking over here see you. And this happens sometimes. Guys like that come to events like this to just hit on all the girls. Ah, I see. Thank you for the warning. I have to wait for my friend, but I'll make sure I don't stand out, so you go on ahead and leave first. Okay, got it. Please be careful, okay? Guys like that can be really aggressive. The two girls bow their heads and leave in a hurry, carrying their shopping bags. I'm just gonna say the second they're, dude, oh, we're gonna hit on all the otakus! I'm like, ah, fuck, we're just sitting right here in a beeline. They're beelining for us, aren't they? You know! It's gonna happen. Not even thinking of being hit on, the way these guys looked was actually threatening and just plain scary. Maybe I should hide in the shadows somewhere and not stay out in the open on this bench. This bench. As I was collecting Il's items so I could get away. Hey baby, you need a friend? How about you get out of here and come to a cafe with us? Huh? They were really fast. They made a beeline for us. Perhaps because the girls around me ran away so quickly. It seemed like they targeted me and came straight for this bench. Before I realized it, I was surrounded, left with little room to walk away. Creepy. Excuse me. I'm here with a friend, so... She can come play with us too, yeah? Yeah, let's just chat while we wait. Hey, cool phone, let's swap digits. Oh, wait, please stop! I embraced my phone, guarding it before it was almost ripped away by force. What do I do? These guys are super pushy. Kick them in the nuts, Spacey! Nut punch! Boom! He's scared of you. Oh, I'm sorry, alright? This moron has no manners. I'll buy you something to make up for it. Just message your friend and let's go, okay? As one of the men reached out to try and grab my arm... Here comes Il, pissed as fuck. What are you doing? With a waft of silver hair and white fabric. Il! Thank you, save me! Oh, look! And he's got his nice face on. This angel's gonna kick some ass. I'm sorry to make you wait. The line went slower than I thought, so it took a bit of time. And this is a drink called tapioca. You can enjoy a pleasant, squishy sensation as you drink it. I'm sorry, but tapioca pudding is just, like, gross. So you got me a drink. Gross. Il, the fuck. Never trust him. He's gonna bring you back fucking eggnog, too. Right. Thanks. But now's not the time for drinks. The men look menacingly at Il, who is cheerily handing me a drink. Yeah, because they think they're better than him. I'm sorry? We're better than him because we're tough and we're, like, macho. No, I'm sorry. He is delicate and beautiful. Take him over you any fucking day. I like my men pretty, not macho, okay? Who's this fool? Where you from, homie? Hello? You speak Japanese? I mean, maybe, but you're speaking English, asshole. Can you get the hell out of our way? They must not have seen Il as a threat, since he has such a thin frame. The men were laughing at him, but despite how they were looking at him, he didn't seem to find it unpleasant at all. And they're speaking as if they're quite friendly to you. And do you know them from somewhere? No, they're just trying to hit on me and I'm scared. Let's go. No, I think they're trying to pick me up. This is a bit embarrassing having to explain that I'm being hit on. Oh, so this is what being picked up is like. I see. So this is the real thing. Everyone else would have been like, step off, bitches, and he's like, oh, did you want to go out with it? No, I need you to save me! Unfalteringly, Il gazes suspiciously at the men. That's not what being picked up looks like. That's how creeps do it. Don't do it that way, Il. and with those overly honest eyes and face, he begins to question them quizzically. Searching for a woman is permissible, but haven't you mistaken where to look?
Huh?
This is the venue for an Otome Games event. The objective of the women here is to have exchanges about their love of the characters and the worlds they live in. In other words, they have no intent here of holding romantic relations with members of the opposite sex.
Absolutely true. Unless they're 2D.
Right. Add that. Considering your objectives don't align with theirs, how can you expect positive responses to your advances?
Yeah, because, like, here's the thing. If you were in an Otome event, right, and Ill's there, right, so dude who loves Otome games, you'd, like, have a conversation with them, and you might be be more open to dating a man who is interested in Otome games, except for he's probably gay if he's at the event. Ill's not. It's weird. But you know what I'm just saying. But then you got these creeps who will go, and they'll be like, they'll jump on our dicks real fast because we're, like, the only men around. We are not here for you. You are 3D. Get the fuck out of here. You are not worth it. I'm sorry. We have 2D boyfriends that we need to date. Out. Peace out. Okay. Look. I might like the assholes who tell me, who, like, are douchey to me and slam me up against a wall and act like pricks. But again, only in the 2D world. In the 3D world, fuck off my lawn, bitches. Like, you think that, like, oh my god, there's a guy in an Otome event, but you cannot be like, oh, so did you play this game? And they'll be like, yeah, I totally played it. I love the characters. You'd be like, bullshucking shit, you played that game. Bullfucking shit, you love the characters. That game sucked. I'm just kidding. You know what I mean? Like, these douche weasels.
Or is it that you understand that, but are so desperate that you resort to this? Or is it that you simply lack intelligence?
Oh! Huh? What? You motherfucker!
That was rough. Yeah, it was. Those words ruthlessly stabbed into the men's hearts.
No, in their pride.
Their fragile, fragile pride. His obliviousness and lack of ill intention made it worse.
He's not even... That's even better, too. He's not like,
are you just so stupid? He's like, or are you just stupid? Like, he... So cute. And above all... Oh, Ill, this is not the place for this. She is currently on a date with me. I wish for you all not to interrupt it.
Huh?
All I could do was stand there in a daze. Not because he changed his appearance, but because Ill, who laughs off most things, that Ill, he was clearly keeping these men in check.
What the hell? He's in this weird getup now. Oh, is that cosplay crap? Pfft, guy dressing as an angel? Gross.
Oh, so sexy.
We don't want an otaku guy. Get out of here.
So you refuse, and that leaves me no choice. Ill gently raises his hand toward the men who refuse to back down. This may be a bit rough, but I shall have you give some space to these women now. As Ill talks in a troubled manner, his light started to shine. We're going to go over because there's no way around it. The men's bodies were instantly bound by this chain of light that appeared. I mean, this is why Miser didn't want to let you out. You're fucking whipping out your power. Oh my god. Just because you're allowed to use wands doesn't mean you need to whip them out. Oh, wait. Just because you're allowed to use magic doesn't mean you need to whip your wands out for everything. Literally. Just because you have magic doesn't mean you need to whip it out and show everyone. Put it away. Indecent exposure. Oh my god. Immediately after, Ill simply turns his gaze toward the stage where the event happening later would be taking place. Ah! The bodies of the men float in the air and are flung toward the center of the stage, where guests were already gathering. They're going to be like, that was a really cool event. It must be for a new game. That never ever comes out. Their bodies crash into the ground, and I could tell from here that they fainted from the pain as the chains disappeared. Wow. Ill can use his magic like this, too. Phew. It's finally gotten quiet. Some Otome games have storylines where the protagonist gets hit on like these, but to actually encounter one like this, it is very unpleasant. Even more so if you're the one involved. Are you hurt at all? Did those men hurt you? No, I'm fine. Thanks for saving me, Ill. Oh no, just as long as you're okay. Ill's wings flapped energetically, expressing his joy and relief. It's actually kind of cute, like, we're literally on a date with an angel. I mean, we knew that, but also, this makes him slightly odd. They were just like the tail on a dog. So full of energy and innocence.
He's like happy and he's wet, flapping his wing. Weird. It's kind of adorable. Right in a crowd of people. Oh. At times like these, I'm sure Miser would sigh and say this. Oh man, you've gone and done it now. Exactly. Wait, huh? Just now, that was a little too clear just to be a voice in my head. Miser actually is there. He really did follow them. Huh? What's this? Fog? Oh, right. I had to turn into this form, but I forgot that we were in front of people. Spacey, let's leave this area to him. If we stay here, the fog won't be able to reconstruct everyone's memories as well. I suggest we leave the venue while we can. Huh? But... you were looking forward to that event on the stage. You truly are a good person. Just hearing how you feel is enough. All right. I'm about to fly. Can you please hold tightly onto me? Huh? Fly? The moment I had that thought, the feeling of the ground beneath vanished. What about all my packages? The sight of the setting sun and the color of the orange sky filled my view. Oh look, we got a CG! Aren't you glad this part's going long now? Oh my god, but it's sideways. I don't like that though, because then like the text box fills over his face. Flip it the other way. Like, flip over her face, because his face is so pretty in this. At first, my eyes were simply taken away by the beauty. But then the cold breeze that swept my face brought me back to my senses. Terrified, I turned to look down and see... We're flying?! The event venue we were just inside earlier was now the size of a small bean. Feeling the warmth of the one I held onto, flapping his 3 sets of his wings at once. He has 3 wings? I've seen like 2. Good God, how many? Literally, I'll have to check closer next time. He glides gracefully above the city. This is a bit too scary for me. Whoops, please don't move around. I've limited the air pressure and gravity so they aren't a burden on you, but I'm not too confident in my strength. I may drop you on accident. What? I'm just kidding. I will not drop you, even as a mistake. But please don't joke about that. And more importantly, please look. The view from up here. Wondering what he was talking about, I timidly look out to where Il was pointing. Wow. It was twilight, the time leading right up to the night. Red and blue colors swirled up in the sky. Light reflected on the sea and the skyline. The scene was absolutely beautiful. Yes, it's not unusual for me to fly, but this area makes for a dazzling view. I'd heard the human cities aren't very beautiful, but that is surely not the case, is it? The labors of man and light live together. In this world, it somehow triumphs over the beauty of the heavenly world. Yeah. The terror from being so high disappeared. It's weird how it's sideways, but anyway, this is as good a place as any to end it. It's not the best place, but also we're like 8 minutes over, so almost 9, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.